My husband and I have been together for 7 years, and he's an incredible partner and father to our two daughters. We're a close-knit, happy family, and I truly adore him. We met in college, which was about 6 hours away from where we both grew up, so we didn't get a chance to meet each other's families until our wedding. For the most part, they seemed nice and welcoming, and I felt like I fit in pretty well. Every so often, my husband would make comments about certain family members being challenging, but I didn't experience much of it firsthand, so I brushed it off. Things started to change when I got pregnant with our first daughter. We'd been trying for a year and had gone through some miscarriages, which was heartbreaking. When I finally got pregnant, we were overjoyed. I expected his family to be happy too, but my sister-in-law reacted by saying, "Ugh, this baby is going to be more important than me." She seemed genuinely annoyed and even went on to complain that the baby was going to ruin her summer plans. I was shocked by her selfishness, but tried to let it go. Later on, I had some complications with my pregnancy. At the height of COVID, I found out that my placenta wasn't providing enough nutrients and oxygen, which put our baby at risk. I was devastated and scared, and I wanted our family and friends to be aware of what was happening, so I made a general post on Facebook to let people know she'd be coming early. I expected some support, or even just understanding, but his mother's reaction threw me. Instead of asking how I was doing or if the baby was okay, she called us, furious that she wasn't the first to know. That stung. I was going through something traumatic, and her only concern was how she felt left out. Despite all the ups and downs, our daughter was born healthy. She's a wonderful little girl, full of life and personality, and she's autistic. As she's grown, she's shown so many unique qualities that we love about her. But his family hasn't taken well to her differences. My mother-in-law frequently makes comments about our daughter's appearance, like the size of her nose or how dark her skin gets in the summer. Since I'm black and my husband is white, she seems to have no idea how insensitive those comments are, and I find myself biting my tongue every time. Things hit a breaking point when his uncle suggested we should give our daughter raw milk for 6 weeks to cure her autism. I was stunned. I don't like confrontation, but I felt I had to speak up. I explained that autism doesn't work like that, and that it's not a disease we're trying to fix or cure. Our daughter is who she is, and we love her completely. But it seemed like no matter what I said, they kept pushing these ideas. One day, after yet another, "Why isn't she more like her sister?" comment, I snapped. When we got home, I vented to my husband and told him his family was full of idiots. His response surprised me. He just went silent, and since then, he's been different. Sometimes when his mom calls, he leaves the room and doesn't tell me what they talked about. It feels like he's hiding something from me, and it's making me question whether I went too far with my comments, even though I feel justified in how I feel. Update. I decided to follow some advice and talk things out with my husband. I told him how I felt about his family, but I also apologized for the way I said it. I didn't mean to attack him or his family, but I needed him to understand how their comments have affected me. Surprisingly, he had actually been more aware of things than I thought. He told me he'd noticed my reactions over time, and he was actually more upset that I hadn't opened up about my feelings sooner. He didn't want me to carry this on my own. He's been struggling with his family's behavior too. He's apparently been calling out his sister's hurtful comments, like when she says she wishes our daughter was normal or would just talk. He finds her attitude just as frustrating as I do. And the reason he's been taking calls from his mom in private, he's been trying to educate her, hoping she'll come to understand how hurtful her words can be. He's the golden child in his family, and he wants to protect me from her comments. He's also limiting her time with us until he's confident she can respect our boundaries. So even though it felt like we were drifting apart, I see now that he's been working in his own way to protect us. He's been trying to help his family understand what it means to respect our daughter's uniqueness and my background. It's been a relief to know he's truly on my side, even if he has to approach things differently. This experience brought us closer, and I feel reassured knowing my husband has my back. So, while it may not be the hot tea people expect, it's been a turning point for us. My husband is committed to standing by me and supporting our daughter for who she is.